First of all, I want to say that I'm also the proud student liaison for the USC Suzanne Dworak-Peck School of Social Work. And I will tell you what I tell every incoming student and every prospective student. I say thank you for the commitment to the noble profession of social work. So this question of the use of self. Now, talking to you about my intersectional life in a few minutes doesn't do 27 years any justice. As a queer man of color, my life has been challenged by societal norms and expectations, yet I find myself in front of you as a survivor and full of resiliency. I was forced to learn at a very young age that leveraging what makes us different is our most valuable asset. I had the privilege of being a social worker at a very young age. I just called it activism. My sister and I were joking earlier about our time in high school when she was always in the dean's office and I was a peer counselor and they asked, do you know this person? And I said, yes, she's my sister. She's now on her way of becoming a social worker. She just doesn't know it yet. Social work is more than just a profession. It is my vocational discernment. I am a firm believer that social work is the profession of the future. We, as social systems designers, get to shape that future. Thank you for investing in tomorrow. Now, in order to understand my privilege and how to advocate for those less fortunate, has always been in my understanding, in my positionality to power, and my obligation to leverage that power in all settings. Such a paradigm has led me to be a Dean's Leadership Scholar, where I've been able to actively advocate for the importance of arts and social justice. I'm also a professional dancer, so you'll find me dancing salsa. What started off as a small idea for only 60 students has led to now bringing Patrice Cullors, one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matters, to USC on April 24th. I am one of the 6 TEDx USC speakers for this year, where I'll be speaking on dance and the intangible heritage of the body, and that it is bodies of color that are worth being preserved. I'm currently in the process of developing a Wicked Problem practicum through the Provost's office that would look at the role of developers in the issue of affordable housing, displacement, and homelessness. We need to focus on our renters. I'm also looking for funding to travel to Minneapolis for a 6-week residency where I'll be teaching a curriculum on dance and social justice. And next year, my colleague and I are looking for someone to commission a play that would recreate the dinners between Biddy Mason, a former slave and real estate entrepreneur and social worker way before Jane Addams, and Pio Pico, the last Mexican governor of California. What did they talk about? How did they reimagine Los Angeles? But the dream doesn't end there. I'm hoping that one day I will start the Biddy Mason Institute for the well-being of social workers of color. When I first came into social work, I said that my mission was to ensure the survival of queer people and people of color. I don't need to tell you statistics to know that it's important. I dream of running for city council in the next 3 years to represent City Council District 9, the district that I grew up in and that I study in now. Now, this all sounds very lofty, like a lofty resume, and some of you are wondering, how do I do it all? Well, let me say one thing. This is my year of Beyonce. But Beyonce did not become Beyonce on her own. All I can say is that I'm able to do all of this because, like a good social worker, I know that we all need a support system. In the same way that we assess our clients for their support systems, we need support systems for our students. Some of my colleagues here know exactly what I mean. Whether it is a text message from a friend asking, hey, how are you doing? Or be it from a colleague that brings you dinner because they know you forget to eat when you're stressed. At the USC Suzanne Dworak-Peck School of Social Work, we have some of the most kind-hearted individuals at the university. And we have some of the most diverse students in the country. And we know that our student needs are also just as diverse. As I was getting ready to write this speech for you, I realized that I was about to tell you about all the great things that I'm doing, and I was going to feed my ego. And then I realized that I needed to center myself and remind myself why I became a social worker. And just like Dean Flynn, I also met royalty because my mother is a queen. This degree is dedicated to all the mothers and all the señoras and all the women who did not have access to social work education but are strong social workers in our community. She is the reason that I'm here now. It is important to know that sometimes our students are hiding some of the deepest pain behind their smiles. Yet we step to the forefront for our clients because we know that in a society that doesn't celebrate marginalized identities, breath is the biggest act of resistance. We are now coming to a place where we understand that wellness is essential for the success of our society. Wellness means ensuring that our students are receiving the best education, that they have access to conferences, that they are obtaining residencies, that they're giving TED Talks, that they're sleeping in a bed and not in their car, that they have 3 meals a day and they are not stretching the dollar, and that they have childcare for the single parents that are also in our school. So whether you're investing in scholarships for tuition, an interdisciplinary fund for non-traditional social work, a child care center, or the USC food pantry, we at the USC Suzanne Dworak-Peck School of Social Work are grateful for your commitment and investment in ensuring that our future social workers are competent, well, agile, and flexible to shape the future of tomorrow. As we encounter non-traditional paradigms with non-traditional leaders, we are finding non-traditional solutions. Thank you.